The visionary scientist presented a revolutionary concept that radically changes our usual understanding of reality. He proposed the theory that we exist within a holographic matrix, a dynamic interactive system in which each person can actively shape and change his or her perception of reality. This matrix is not a mere backdrop, it is a living interface that is responsive to the subtleties of human consciousness. This groundbreaking insight opened up a new perspective on existence and our role in it. However, shortly after the scientist presented his exciting theory, he mysteriously disappeared without leaving any trace. His disappearance left behind a legacy full of intrigue and raised many questions about the capabilities of the human mind. Could his mysterious disappearance be as puzzling as his theories? And what could it mean in the context of the forces shaping our reality? Jacobo Greenberg is a prominent Mexican scientist, born December 12, 1946, who has explored the intersection of science and the paranormal. As a psychologist and consciousness researcher, he has conducted breakthrough research into telepathy and extra-organic vision. Dr. Greenberg has suggested that human consciousness has the ability to control the universe in which we live. In physics, there is a term lattice that describes a structure that encompasses space-time. For Greenberg, this concept took on a new meaning, leading him to create the term synergia, a combination of the words synthesis and energy, to describe this phenomenon. His theory suggested that through the processes that the human brain performs to decipher perceptions of reality, it is possible to make connections with lattice and thereby alter space-time. He argued that we exist in an information construct he called the hologram, and human consciousness is the lens through which we perceive and shape this holographic universe. Our minds, like quantum particles, have the potential to influence and even alter the structure of reality. In his neuroscience experiments, Drive, Greenberg developed the concept of synthera, a term he created from the Spanish words for synthesis and energy. Dr. Greenberg also explored the implications of the Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen EPR paradox, which suggests that if quantum theory fully explains reality, there must be non-local interactions between particles. He sought to prove that a quantum mechanism in the brain provides a non-local EPR-type correlation between human brains. He called this the transfer potential, which suggests that a brain trained through meditation. Dr. Greenberg suggested that the human brain could interact with other brains, both in close proximity and at a distance, through the direct involvement of consciousness, without having to rely on sensory transmission or local effects. He also believed that his theory, called synagogy, could shed light on the origin of conscious experience, which he viewed as the result of complex multidimensional interactions. Greenberg believed that the brain interacts with an energy field involving the structure of space to create consciousness. According to him, consciousness emerges from synagogy, a complex interaction between the brain and the energy structures of space. This multidimensional process explains the origins of our conscious experience, linking neural activity to the universe itself. Dr. Greenberg questioned the simplistic view of naive realism, which considers reality to be something external to the observer. Instead, he took an idealistic stance, arguing that perception is a neuropsychological construct in which information manifests in space in the form of complex energy patterns. According to his theory, conscious experience occurs when this information and energy in space are synthesized, resulting in a particular cognitive effect. Neural changes in the brain cause micro-deformations in the structure of spacetime that combine to produce a hyper-complex macro-deformation in the neural field, culminating in perception. With respect to vision, Drive, Greenberg argued that elements of the neural field and quantum field align during perception in such a way as to minimize interaction noise through a specific emergent interference pattern. This pattern forms the structure of perception and includes perceptual elements such as lines and geometric shapes, which are considered to be highly complex energy forms. The images we perceive, which we objectively see as colors and objects, are ultimately the product of this interference pattern. Dr. Greenberg's theories echo the implicate order theory of American physicist David Bohm, which views space as a holographic sea of potentialities from which both the universe and consciousness unfold. This approach resolves the wave-particle duality paradox found in quantum mechanics, while preserving the principle of non-locality, the ability of one particle to instantaneously influence another. In the 1980s, Drive, Greenberg went on extensive travels throughout Mexico to interview shamans and psychics in an effort to rediscover the indigenous psychology and ancient wisdom of the Mexican people. His research led him to conclude that shamans have the ability to produce changes in neural structures, manipulating reality to create immediate and dramatic effects, including materializations. Dr. Greenberg's theory of synagogy both supports and challenges existing notions of quantum physics by reinterpreting a concept known in physics as lattice. He hypothesized that human consciousness may have the ability to control the universe in which we live, thus opening up profound possibilities for understanding the nature of reality and human abilities. Dr. Jacobo Greenberg argued that the universe is not a machine to be understood, but a consciousness to be experienced. He saw the physical world as a projection of our collective mind, a dance of energy and information. Greenberg explained that people with a more coherent neural field, that is, a brain characterized by stronger connections between its parts, have the ability to alter this hologram at will, performing actions that appear to violate known laws of physics. This understanding paves the way for the study of phenomena such as telepathy. Dr. Greenberg conducted various experiments showing that through meditation he could achieve synchronization between two brains exposed to different stimuli but showing similar results. His theory intersects with several fundamental concepts including the law of attraction, the effect of thought on reality, linguistic relativity, and others. The most puzzling part of this theory suggests that if consciousness can influence the information matrix, and if everything in the universe is interconnected through the energetic interactions of atoms and thoughts, then it is possible that we exist on a level that is not all of reality, just as if we were in a matrix. In this matrix, our brains are able to understand physical laws, but not their origin. This idea also suggests the possibility of an awakening consciousness seeking to master the hologram. According to Greenberg's theory, if we fully understood the mechanisms of the matrix, we would be able to transcend our current existence and reach a state of purity in true reality. However, this concept remains unproven, and like his research on extra-organic vision in children and telepathy, his projects remained unfinished after his disappearance at the height of his illustrious career. On December 8, 1994, Drive. Jacobo Greenberg mysteriously disappeared, leaving no trace to help in his search. His disappearance gave rise to many theories, from criminal or alien abduction to the involvement of organizations such as the CIA or NASA, or other parties interested in his research and discoveries. Whether his disappearance was a tragic accident, a deliberate act, or something much more unusual remains a mystery. One thing is certain, the ideas he presented continue to resonate, inspiring many to think about the profound interconnectedness of mind, matter and the cosmos.